Welcome to our deep dive on how elections shake up the economy in ways that might surprise you. Elections aren't just about voting or new leaders, they have real effects on our money, jobs, and everyday life. Think of election day like a big storm rolling in. You can see it coming, but you're not quite sure what's going to happen once it hits. Right after an election, markets react fast. Imagine stock prices going up and down like a roller coaster, currency values shifting, and gold prices sometimes rising as people look for safe ways to protect their money. But why? It all comes down to one thing: uncertainty. When no one knows what new policies will be put in place, everyone from big investors to small businesses and everyday people can feel a bit nervous. Companies might hit pause on hiring new employees or building new projects until they know what the new leadership is planning. Even people at home might spend less if they feel unsure about what's ahead. Now, let's get into how elections create these short-term impacts on the economy. First, think about the ripple effect when companies start holding off on hiring or expanding. If a business decides to wait on opening a new office or buying new equipment, that impacts a whole chain of people. It affects the company, its employees, and even the industries that support it, like the vendors and contractors who would get those orders. It also impacts consumers, people like you and me. If we're unsure about future policies, we might hold off on making big purchases like buying a car or taking a vacation. Foreign investors, too, may hold off on investing in a country's businesses until they know more about any new trade rules or taxes. This pause in spending can slow down the economy, at least until everyone feels more confident about what's ahead. The bigger, longer-term effects on the economy come from actual policy changes once the new government takes over. This is where things get interesting. Policies set by the new leaders can affect everything from how much you take home in your paycheck to the cost of buying a house. Imagine a government that decides to lower taxes on businesses. This often boosts the economy because companies have more money to expand and create jobs. On the other hand, a government may choose to raise taxes to fund things like health care, education, or infrastructure. This can help some parts of the economy, like construction or health care, while possibly putting more pressure on businesses with the added costs. If you think about it, these are the types of decisions that affect our lives in the long run. Are there more jobs? Is it easier or harder to get a mortgage? These policies decide. We can actually see some patterns here. Many times, leaders will try to boost the economy before an election to make people a quick shot of energy to show that things are going well under their leadership. This could be through things like tax breaks, benefits, or even big promises of growth, but after the election, well, that's when reality sets in and policies might start to shift in a new direction. It's this change after the election that can create new opportunities and challenges in different parts of the economy. Knowing this helps us better understand what might be coming after an election so we can plan our finances accordingly. To really see these impacts in action, let's look at some real-world examples. In the U.S., presidential elections are known for making waves in the economy. For instance, when a president announces big tax cuts, it can lead to economic growth, but it can also increase the national debt. Trade policies are another big one. A trade war with another country can drive up prices for imported goods, which affects businesses and customers alike. And Brexit, the UK leaving the European Union, was another massive election decision that brought major changes to the economy, as companies had to quickly adapt to new trade and immigration rules. Each of these cases shows how one election can change things for businesses, for consumers, and for the economy as a whole. In the end, elections impact much more than who sits in office. They affect our money, our jobs, and the cost of living. For all of us, it's crucial to understand how elections can affect the economy so we can make smarter financial choices. By keeping up with the election news and understanding possible economic impacts, we're better prepared to handle whatever the future brings. So, whether you're a small business owner wondering about new regulations or just someone planning your personal budget, understanding the connection between elections and the economy can help you feel more in control of your future. Let us know in the comments if an election has ever impacted your finances, job, or lifestyle. We'd love to hear your stories. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more insights on how world events shape our economy, bro.